The nightmare scenario for any retiree is when they come face to face with the reality that they're running out of money. That can be terrifying, and I don't want to see that happen to you. So, in today's video, I'm going to share with you the 8 ways that retirees who do run out of money so that you don't have to worry about it. And the first one is before they retired, they did not test drive their budget. And it's impossible to completely test drive your budget, but if you're currently spending, let's just make up a number, $7,000 a month, and you think in retirement you're going to spend $5,000 a month, it's one thing to think that, and it's another thing to do it. And so try to do what you can to simulate that. If currently you're going out to eat 3 or 4 days a week and you say you're going to cut that back to once a week, do that. If you say that you're gonna, go from 2 cars to 1 car, I don't recommend that. You know what's more expensive than double car insurance, double maintenance on cars? You know what's more expensive than all of that? divorce. But if something like that is what you're thinking about doing, in retirement, going back to 1 car or, um not buying as much from online retailers, whatever it is, test drive it. Test drive it before you tell your boss you're gonna retire, because there's a huge difference even between spending $5,000 a month and $5,500 a month. If you do that once or twice, it's not a big deal, but if you do that every month, it can move the needle and it can put you in a situation that you're running out of money. Okay, number 2, and before I talk about number 2, stick around because the last 3 are what I call the terrible threes and the ones that can quickly blow up a plan. But number 2 is underestimating your taxes. Taxes can be quite a bit more than what people think in retirement. A lot of us think that when we retire, we're going to be in a lower tax bracket or we're going to pay $0 in taxes. In my experience, having been a financial advisor before I retired myself, having done that for over 20 years, uh, people's taxes tend to be a lot higher than what they thought they were gonna be, and mea culpa, having just finished my taxes, um, for the previous year, my taxes for my first year in retirement were higher than I thought they were gonna be as well. The next one that derails, people in retirement and can cause them to run out of money is underestimating how much healthcare costs are going to be. You know, a lot of us are looking forward to the day when we're going to be on Medicare, and we think all I got to do is make it to when I'm on Medicare and then I don't have to worry about healthcare costs. I wish that was true, but unfortunately it's not. According to Fidelity, the average 65-year-old on Medicare needs to plan on $165,000 for the rest of their life. That includes the cost of Medicare, but also the copays and the things that Medicare does not cover. That's a lot of money, so you need to plan for that. The next one, and I call this the big enemy of retirees, and that is inflation. Planning for inflation. How are we going to keep up with inflation? What happens if we go through an extended period of time like we saw in 2022 and 2023, where inflation rose quite a bit more than it had been in the past? Many people's pensions, many people's sources of income in retirement are not indexed for inflation. So thinking about inflation and thinking how you're going to fight inflation, which is primarily by how you're invested, but keeping that front of mind because your cost in retirement right now, the average retiree spends about $5,000 a month, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. But fast forward that a decade, 2 decades, 3 decades or more, those costs can triple and quadruple. So if you're not ready for that, that can quickly be a risk factor for running out of money. Okay, another one we cannot unfortunately control, but is a very real risk for us, is getting bad investment returns early on in our retirement. The fancy name for that is sequential return risk. And we can't control it, but one of the ways we protect ourselves from that is how we invest. I'm going to talk more about that in a minute, but now we're going to get to the terrible three. The ones that can blow up almost instantly are our financial plans, our financial security if we're not careful. But first, I want to thank today's sponsor. The Viam Open Notes are the first AI-powered earbuds that are designed to work as your everyday headphones and your personal meeting assistant. Unlike traditional earbuds that shut you off, Open Notes' open ear design helps keep you connected. You can hear traffic on a run, you can hear your name called in a cafe, and you can even hear side conversations in a meeting, all without losing your focus. But the real breakthrough is Flash Record AI. With a single pinch, the earbuds record locally. No phone needed. Hours of audio are stored right here in the earbuds themselves. In real time, the app transcribes your conversation, creates to-do lists, and generates a clean summary all before you even leave the meeting room. They also capture both sides of phone calls and can overlay live translation of foreign language conversations. And this isn't a gimmick. Picture yourself traveling in Spain, ordering food at a restaurant, or asking a stranger for locations. OpenNote quickly translate the conversation directly in your ear. And with support for 78 languages, the world suddenly feels a lot closer and a lot friendlier. And with ergonomic comfort plus 19 hours of battery life, 53 hours with the case, these aren't just earbuds, they're a productivity upgrade that you're actually going to want to wear all day. Thank you again, Viam, for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to check out their OpenNote earbuds in the link in this video's description or in the first comment below. Okay, now for the terrible three, the three that can quickly derail and cause significant damage to our financial security. And the first one is bad decisions. This tends to be a culprit among retirees that run out of money. It tends to be a point of parity, something in common that retirees that run out of money, that risk running out of money, have, which is they've made a series of bad decisions, which unfortunately have led them to where they're at. So maybe they became a forced seller in a down market because they didn't think ahead of time of, what are they going to do if the market's down? Maybe they had the wrong asset allocation. Maybe they were too aggressive in their portfolio. Maybe they didn't have enough stocks to fight inflation. I should mention nothing in this video is financial advice. I just want to put these things on your radar screen. Maybe they looked at their bonds the wrong way. We want to look at our bonds of how many years worth of stable, secure income do we have? Years of living expenses do we have in short duration, high quality bonds? Bonds can be super risky, so having the right type of bonds is really important so that you can weather a downturn if the market ends up, being negative for several years. Okay, the second of the terrible three is market timing. Trying to time the market. The market seems expensive, I'm going to get out. The market's scary, it's down 10, 20, 30%. I'm going to get out now and get back in later. Market timing, I'm going to put it simply, market timing does not work. Uh, I don't know anybody that has been able to market time successfully over a period of cycles. And the next one is not having a financial plan. Their plan is hope, and hope is not a strategy. You need to have a plan so that you know how much you can spend. Without a plan, you're either sacrificing unnecessarily, you could spend more money, or in the theme of this video, you are unknowingly putting your future financial security at risk. Neither of those is good. So I want you to have a plan so that you have clarity and you have confidence. Thank you again, Viam, for sponsoring today's video. Be sure to check out their OpenNote earbuds in the link in this video's description or in the first comment below. And if you like this video, another super important decision we all face is when we retire. And that's why I made this video up here. Why waiting to 65 to retire might be a big mistake. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.